Hi, my name is Samantha Lobb, and I'm going to be walking you guys through the transmission and treatment sections as well as the prevention and control sections of this cholera PowerPoint. Okay, to put it simply, people are infected with Vibrio cholera bacteria via the fecal-oral route. This bacteria can be transmitted a number of ways. I have a little diagram here on the right that we can walk through to talk about a couple different ways cholera is transmitted. First, an infected human defecates and V. cholera bacteria remain virulent in the feces. If the feces is dropped in or near a water source, other people may ingest V. cholera directly from their water source. If the feces is near a food source, like a farm, and the bacteria makes its way onto the plants, then people may be infected with V. cholera if they do not prepare their food correctly by washing with clean water and boiling their vegetables. Another way V. cholera can be spread is by poor hand hygiene. If an infected person defecates and does not wash their hands properly, they pass the bacterium on to others by shaking hands, touching community things like doorknobs, or by handling food. Another common way V. cholera is spread is by flies or other insects. If a fly lands on infected feces and makes its way over to the food, the bacteria may be transmitted to another person. The most effective and crucial method of treatment for cholera is rapid rehydration. Quote, with prompt rehydration, fewer than 1% of cholera patients die. Close quote. This rehydration can be done orally, and in serious cases, an IV is used. Often, patients who seek medical attention lay on these beds in the picture. If you notice, there's a hole in the bed where a patient's bum might be. Because they are so dehydrated, patients with cholera are often very weak, and this setup allows them to empty their bowels without having to get up every 10 minutes. Now, along with rehydration, antibiotics can be used. These are helpful and can help rid the body of V. cholera quicker, but as I said before, rehydration is the most important thing in treatment. Now, when I was looking at this rehydration package, I was kind of curious about why water or salts and glucose were included in the package, and so I did a little bit of research. When V. cholera enters the system, the small intestines, it releases a toxin that will bind to chloride channels, known as CFTR channels specifically. When the toxin binds, it holds open the chloride channel, and chloride ions flow into the lumen of the small intestines. To maintain an ionic homeostasis, the sodium ions flow into the lumen as well. Water follows sodium, and then everything is flushed out with excessive diarrhea. We rehydrate people with salt to help the sodium-glucose transporter bring sodium back into the cells of the small intestines, and water is going to follow that sodium. This transporter requires glucose to run efficiently, so we had to add sugar. With the proper combination of salt, glucose, and water, the patient can be rapidly rehydrated. I thought this was pretty neat. As far as prevention and control go, there are a couple vaccines for cholera like Vaxchora and Syncal and Dukoral, but the best way to prevent transmitting or acquiring cholera is to use good hygiene. Wash your hands all the time, after using the bathroom, before and after eating, stuff like that. Use a latrine. Don't be defecating near your food, water sources, around other people. You should drink and use clean water. You can boil the water or chemically treat it, or drink bottled water that hasn't had the seal broken. And you should also take care to make sure that your food is clean. You never know what kind of fertilizer was used on the food. So you should make sure you clean your food and protect it from the feet of dirty flies and insects. I'm going to go ahead and let Kayla wrap up the rest of this presentation.